All right, so today we're diving into this really beautiful and super practical teaching from the Buddha. What's cool about this one is that it wasn't given in some remote monastery to a monk. It was given to a regular laywoman, someone just like us, named Dushajaya. And it's all about how you can turn a simple ritual into a truly profound practice for mindful living. The whole thing really hinges on one central, kind of mind-blowing question.
And here it is. What is more valuable than all the treasures in 16 kingdoms? I mean, seriously, what could possibly be worth more than that? The entire teaching we're about to unpack is all leading up to the answer to this one single question. It sounds like a riddle, right? But I promise, by the end of this, the answer is going to reveal a pretty deep truth about what really matters. So keep this question in the back of your mind as we go through the story. Okay, so let's set the scene. The story kicks off with this really devout woman, Dushajaya. It's a special day, a day of religious observance, so she gets all ready, she bathes, she puts on her nice clothes, and she brings her seven daughters-in-law with her to visit the Buddha. You can tell right away, this is someone who's really dedicated, a totally sincere follower.
So the Buddha sees her and all her family, and he can tell she's really putting in the effort. He asks her, what's the occasion? What are you all doing? And Dushajaya explains that she's heard you're supposed to observe these 6 holy days every month. And that's exactly what her and her family are doing, very diligently. She's following the rules just as she understands them. But the Buddha, he sees this as a perfect teaching moment to show her something so much deeper.
Okay, so this is where the teaching really kicks into high gear. The Buddha's about to take what she's doing, this simple observance, and completely elevate it into a powerful form of mental training. He's going to explain what he calls the true observance, and it has everything to do with transforming your own mind. And here's the absolute core of it. The goal isn't just to tick off a list of do's and don'ts. No, the real practice is to spend one full day and one full night thinking, speaking, and acting as if you were an arahant, a fully enlightened being. It's like you're trying on that mindset for 24 hours, a total immersion into a state of complete purity and compassion. So how do you actually do that? Well, these are the guidelines for that immersion. And for every single one, the key is the intention behind it. It's not just a rule like don't kill. It's an active thought. An arhat holds zero intention to harm any living thing. So for this day, neither will I. It's not just don't lie. It's an arhat only speaks what's true, kind, and helpful. So today, that's what I'll do too. You see? You're actively, consciously embodying this enlightened mindset for a full 24 hours. So what's the point? What does doing all this for a day actually accomplish? To make it super, super clear, the Buddha uses this series of just brilliant everyday metaphors to explain exactly how this practice purifies your mind. The first one is so simple and direct. He says, this practice is like washing the dirt out of your hair. Think of it like a shampoo for your mind. It just washes away all that surface-level gunk. The little fleeting thoughts of annoyance or wanting something you don't have, all the little distractions that just build up during the day. Okay, the next metaphor goes a little bit deeper. This isn't just surface dirt anymore. This is like the accumulated grime you'd wash off your body. The practice scrubs away that heavier mental baggage, the stuff that really weighs you down. It leaves you feeling lighter, unburdened, just refreshed. And now we go even deeper. Some of our mental habits, well, they're like really stubborn stains, right? They're set deep into the fabric of who we are. This practice, the Buddha says, is like a powerful stain remover. It works on those deep-set patterns and helps restore your mind to its original, clean, pure nature. And finally, we get to what I think is the most powerful metaphor of all. The practice doesn't add anything new to you. This is so important. Your mind is already like a perfect, flawless mirror, but it's covered in the dust of everyday worries and desires. These precepts, they're like the soft cloth you use to polish that dust away. You're not creating the mirror's shine. You're just revealing the brilliant clarity that was there all along. Okay, so the Buddha has explained how to do the practice and what it does to your mind. Now, he's ready for the grand finale. He's about to bring it all back to that incredible question we started with, to show just how valuable this internal work really is. First, he really sets the stage to make sure we understand the sheer scale of what he's talking about. He doesn't just say a lot of treasure. The sutra actually lists them by name, all 16 of the great kingdoms of ancient India. these were real places. We are talking about an absolutely unimaginable fortune, basically all the collected wealth of the entire known world at that time.
And then he makes the comparison side by side. On the one hand, you have donating all the treasures from those 16 kingdoms, every last piece of gold, silver, every jewel. And on the other hand, observing these 8 precepts for just one day and one night. The Buddha says, flat out, that the merit you gain from that one day of mental purity is greater than donating the entire world's fortune. So, why? I mean, how is one day of just sitting and being mindful more valuable than a world of treasure? The Buddha explains it so simply. He says that giving away all that wealth, yeah, it's a wonderful deed. It generates a ton of good karma, worldly merit, but it can't on its own lead you to enlightenment. This practice of purifying your own mind, though, that is a direct cause for enlightenment. It's the work that actually, truly sets you free. And he makes it clear that this isn't just some one-off thing you do on a special occasion. He then shows Duōshèjiā how this single-day practice is the very foundation of the entire path to awakening. And the best part, he makes it completely accessible for everyone. Look at this. He even gives a practical schedule. He knows people are busy. For lay people with jobs and families, he says practicing on these 6 days each month is a fantastic way to do it. He gets that life is complicated, but having this regular, rhythmic return to a state of purity is what keeps the path alive and well in your daily life. And what's the benefit of keeping up with this? The Buddha pulls out another incredible image. He says the merit you gain from this regular practice is as immeasurable as the ocean. Just try to count the drops of water in the sea. You can't. And in the same way, you simply cannot calculate the profound, boundless good that comes from doing this. And then he delivers this absolutely incredible personal statement. He looks at Duōshèjiā and tells her that his own journey, the very path that led him to become the Buddha, it started right here, with these exact same 8 precepts. So this isn't just some practice for beginners. This is the fundamental core building block of enlightenment itself. So we end up right back where we started, but with a new question for you. This ancient teaching, it isn't just a nice story, is it? It's really an invitation. It's asking us, what would happen if you just set aside one day to intentionally wash your mind clean, to polish that mirror, and just see what kind of clarity might be revealed? What could you learn from just 24 hours of living with an enlightened intention? It's something to think about, for sure.